That was really good. That was
I
really
know.
good. And it was so good, maybe we can do one more.
Are
That,
you
that was,
smoking crack?
I'm super excited. Why? Because we just saw Avengers Endgame. I don't know why I said Avengers. I'm a little excited. So we have both seen the movie and we are going to be giving our thoughts in this video. But first we want to address spoilers. So there will be no spoilers in the first part of this video, so you are free to watch it if you haven't watched Avengers yet. We will give you ample warning. We will tell you far in advance of when we start getting into the spoilery half of this video. So let's jump right into it.
Right off the bat, I told you guys, as soon as I came out of the theater, my reaction was just like, I could not have chosen a better way to structure the end of this epic saga. And then I sat down and thought about it for a little bit, and I still think it's absolutely amazing. I think it was a beautiful end to an era for sure. I think that the storyline was really, really good. Characters that we have loved and grown with over 10 years. It was nice to see them in this point now, which we don't really know, because you haven't seen it yet. We got to know a lot more about some characters that really have never been in the forefront of any of the Marvel movies, so that was really cool. We had really, really good just Cap moments. We had really good Iron Man moments. Yeah.
I totally agree. I thought it was a great movie. My only gripe with this movie is that it was absurdly unbalanced. So if you guys have been on the internet, you guys have probably seen that a lot of people are saying that casual moviegoers would probably enjoy Infinity War more than they enjoyed Endgame, and that's because Endgame does a lot more, like Sydney said, fan service, does a lot of tribute to the comic books and gives us some awesome comic book moments. But there wasn't a lot of action, guys, and I'm sorry, if you're going for an action movie, if you're thinking this is going to be a 3-hour-long action-packed Avengers movie akin to Infinity War, but 3 hours, you're not going to get that. It wasn't that it was a bad movie. Like Sydney said, they did a lot to develop the characters. We got awesome story arcs. I mean, they're what phenomenal writers they are, but it was incredibly unbalanced. I wish we could have traded some story and character building moments with Infinity War for 1 or 2 of their action scenes. I think they both would have benefited and have been much better balanced movies.
You're gonna go see it anyway, whether you're expecting a lot of action or a lot of story. This is the end of a 10-year saga, and everybody people who don't even like superheroes go to see the Marvel movies. It is too big to fail, and to be honest, it didn't fail that much. I mean, if we want to go off of what Chris has said about the action thing, that's a thing. It's definitely not balanced, but if you look at the 2 movies, Infinity War and Endgame as a whole, there is some balance, and it's almost just like Endgame kind of picks us up where we left off at the end of Infinity War. All of that development really comes to a head in Endgame, and it's awesome. It's just great.
No, I agree. And first, let me say, hats off to Anthony Russo, Joe Russo, and Feige for making an incredible story arc, just in general, and also for the characters as individuals. But as you saw in the thumbnail of this video, could Avengers be too big to fail? I personally thought that this movie was incredibly unbalanced. There was so much story and not enough action, and I think you come in with a little bit of expectation that there's going to be a lot of action because of Infinity War. And so then when you find out you're getting a 3-hour version of that, that's part 2, so it's the finale, you're like, oh my goodness, it's going to be euphoria, it's going to be glorious, like just nonstop. I can honestly say, guys, if that's what you're expecting, you'll probably have liked Infinity War more than Endgame. Now, it's not to say that Endgame wasn't a bad movie. They had so much good fan service. They paid tribute to a lot of moments in the comic books that you guys will love and that avid Marvel fans will really appreciate. But at the same time, I think that it was not what I expected. When the action did arrive and it was there, it was glorious. It was amazing, over the top, and you will thoroughly enjoy it. But it is a 3-hour movie. And so I think if you're going in expecting a whole lot of action, you're going to get a whole lot of disappointed.
Wow, that's a bit intense. Let's be honest. This is Avengers Endgame. Like, you're going to go see it anyway, no matter what you're expecting. Because, as we said before, as we've titled this video, it really is too big to fail. I mean, people who maybe were not into superhero movies at the beginning of this saga, back with like Iron Man and even the Incredible Hulk, people have jumped on the bandwagon. I mean, they're good movies. They're great movies. I mean, you don't have to be a comic book lover to love them. So you're going to go see it. You're going to like it. Are you going to be disappointed about the action? Maybe.
Probably.
So guys, we have talked about all the sweet stuff, all the stuff that you don't really need to see the movie to like know about. Now we're about to get into the spoilers, my friends. YouTube, get ready. Because if you haven't seen Endgame, you need to cut this thing off right now.
Turn it off.
We are about to blow it up.
Turn it off.
We are about to blow it up in here. If you haven't seen the
Leave.
movie, get the heck out. Because we don't want to mess this up. For you, all right? Nobody likes a spoiler when they're unprepared for it.
Let me just say something. So apparently this was Stan Lee's last cameo in a Marvel movie, and no. Star Wars Princess Leia, that mess, thumbs up if you agree, but that's unacceptable. I think there's no reason that they should be ending the cameos of the Godfather of Marvel. There's no reason Stan Lee should not be making CGI cameos in Marvel movies for the foreseeable future.
So we made a video last week about our predictions before we saw the film. So let's talk about who got things right. First of all, Sydney Ann, got Professor Hulk right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you how good it feels to be right. It feels amazing. Tell me what you think about that though. Do you think that that was a positive or a negative? Because I got it right, but I'm disappointed because we didn't get much like aggression from Hulk. I thought we were gonna get more like a beast thing where he can be like a crazy raging animal and then he can also be like a smart professor dude.
Yeah, I totally agree. One thing I got correct though, Thor didn't die. I don't think anybody thought that Thor was gonna die. I was a little weirded out by the fact that he doesn't want to be the king of Asgard, but as Guardians of the Galaxy looks okay, so I'm not too mad about it.
Speaking of death predictions, we predicted that Black Widow was going to die and we got that right. I mean, it was really sad. It was a tearjerker. I mean, Barton literally jumped off the cliff and she said, "Thwop," and died in his place.
And then lastly, when it comes to predictions that we both got right, how about there being no references and or cameos of any kind regarding Fox Marvel characters? There was absolutely none of that. So we got that right, but I don't know if we're too happy about that. But if you want to see all of our predictions, make sure you go ahead and click the link to the video that we made last week. It'll be in the description below. But from there, we want to move into my favorite part of the movie, absolutely hands down my favorite part, which is the Mjolnir-wielding Captain America. I got comic book chills. Amazing. It was like a dream come true. They took that from the comics. Also, real quickly, Hulk holding up that building, the Avengers building, when it fell down. That was a reference to Secret Wars issue number 4. So that was also some fan service they were doing. Cap wielding Mjolnir was absolutely amazing. For those of you who were questioning, though, why was he able to go blow for blow and kind of match Thanos in strength? We'll play this clip right here. That'll explain it.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
That whoever is worthy of wielding Mjolnir will have the power of Thor. More than just putting up finishing nails and lightning. So he gets increased speed, strength, durability, all of those things.
One more thing that I think we should talk about certainly is the death of Iron Man. He's gone. And if you're still watching this after we gave you the spoiler alert, it's your own fault. So sorry, Iron Man is dead. That was a tearjerker. I mean, if the words "I am Iron Man" wasn't already cemented in your mind after the first Iron Man, they definitely are now because those are his last words. I'm not a huge Iron Man fan, but that was a tearjerker. I didn't get any tears out, but you know, I was feeling it. You are Iron Man, bro. Especially because his daughter was utterly adorable, and it was really sad to just see their family be broken like that.
Yeah, end of an era for sure.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I thought was super interesting about this movie was that it was the first Marvel movie to not have a secret ending, and I think it really goes to drive in that point that this is a bookend. This is the end of an era. There is no secret ending to tell us what's going to happen next. This was the end of the Infinity Saga.
We also need to make note that even though there wasn't anything visually for a secret ending, we did get those sounds. Now, tell us in the comments what you think the sounds were. We're pretty much at the conclusion that it was a hammer hitting some type of metal.
Yeah, so this was likely a reference to Iron Man. Once again, paying homage to... Yeah, so it's pretty much confirmed. The consensus is that...
So it's a theory.
It was paying homage to Iron Man and the scene in the cave where he was making the first Mark I Iron Man suit. In fact, I'm pretty sure that if you match up the audio files, it's the exact same sound. So yes, guys, that has been our Avengers Endgame review. We loved the movie. We both really did, despite our little quiffs here and there. That's not a word. Let us know what you think in the comments. People, if you haven't seen the movie, I don't know why you're watching this at this point, but definitely don't look in the comments because it's going to be spoiler hell for you. Thank you guys for watching so much. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and ring that bell so you can find out when we're dropping the next video, and we will see you guys at that time. Adios.
How much do I have to wait before you end it? Goodbye.